3 months ago, I opened a new gym 3,000 miles away from our home base in Los Angeles, all the way on the East Coast. We knew nobody, we had zero brand awareness, and we had to go from $0 in revenue to at least break even. Now, flash forward 3 months, we went from $0 to profitability before the doors even opened, and it was all through paid acquisition. This campaign taught me how to think about markets like fishing ponds, where you've got different types of fish in the pond, and what to do when you've caught all of the easy fish, but you still haven't covered your break-even expenses for your business. How do you go and catch the other fish? It's really the story of strategy, timing, thinking in systems, and thinking in phases. Here's my pond, and I have blue fish, I have orange fish, and we have green fish. When I first started marketing, I went after the blue fish with a certain type of fishing lure, right? This was my offer. This is the customer avatar. We hit the ground running, and we ended up catching this many fish. What's going to happen is you're going to need more fish than that to cover your operating expenses. So what do you do if the fishing lure that you've been using doesn't catch you enough fish? So what we did is our different fishing lure was we reframed the founding member program as a early access beta program where they were going to get early access to the gym before the public. We tapped into that identity mindset of them being like a early innovator, somebody that tries things early. And that reframe of the offer spoke to a different type of bluefish over here, and they started biting, and we were able to close more and more fish, which leads to the next very important point about this campaign is thinking about your campaign in S curves. Here is your goal, 100. You start at 0, and then this is time. After a certain amount of time, you're only going to reach this amount of your goal. So you really come out and you flatline here. So what you have to do is you have to launch a new offer, go after a different species of fish that now is going to take you from that flatline up to this next one. So instead of thinking of it as one smooth S curve, you end up having a series of S curves by launching different offers, by reframing things differently, by going after different colors of fish or types of fish, that when you zoom out, you end up seeing your goal as more of a straight line. But when you zoom in, it's just a series of different S curves. There's a book called Thinking in Systems by Donella Meadows. And one of the parts she talks about is limits to growth, where a system can't just keep growing and growing and growing. Eventually, the resource that leads to that growth gets depleted. So an oil field eventually runs out of oil, and you have to move to a new oil field. In the context of a local brick and mortar business, you're geo-locked to your certain radius of an area. So once you catch all the fish that you've caught, what are the things that you need to do to go from that first plateau to the next plateau, to the next plateau? So when you scale back, it looks like a linear line from where you're starting to the goal that you wanted to get to. But you know, as a marketer, that was a series of strategic, creative decisions and reframes to keep excitement in the market, to keep catching those fish. So you can go from having no money in your business to opening at profitability simply through your creativity and your advertising and your marketing. Godspeed.